These tips sponsored by Gamer Sensei. If you need to reach that next level, make sure to check them out below. They have phenomenal coaches and are ready to assist you.
Hi, my name is Omar God. I'm the jungler for Teamcheckpoint, and today I'll be providing you with tips on how to climb the ladder as a jungler. So my first tip is that to never give your mid laners blue buff. You need to learn how to carry, and usually mid laners in low elo are really bad and they won't use your blue buff really well. So just keep it to yourself. Two, I see a lot of low elo junglers like buying tracking knife or sightstone. And my advice to you would be never to buy wards, because they don't do damage and they delay your items and your core build. So I recommend just focusing on building, getting your champion stronger. And my third tip is to make sure you balance ganking and farming. Usually junglers in low elo tend to gank way more than farm, and usually their ganks aren't that successful or aren't that good. So you need to make sure you're balancing both. And that's all I have for now.
Hi, my name is Phil, and I play mid lane for Teamcheckpoint. The easiest way to climb as a mid laner is to play champions with very good lane pressure and roaming capabilities such as Talia, Aurelion Soul, and Twisted Fate.
Hi, my name is Fallen Bandit. I'm the top laner for Teamcheckpoint, and for advice on climbing the ladder, you should mainly pick lane dominant champions. Champions like Aurelia, Fiora, Gnar, Ken, and GP are generally lane dominant champions in the right matchups. In those matchups, they can play extremely well and build themselves a huge enough lead to snowball the game out of control. But for example, if you play something like Shen, he can be strong in a team setting, but do you honestly trust your teammates to be able to utilize you properly? If they don't, you're probably just going to be useless, and being unable to put your team on your back will hurt your chances of winning. So generally it's easier to just split push all game on lane dominant champions and use your lead to take towers uncontested. In terms of how you should use your teleport, it's majority of the time it's better to just use your TP when you're playing a snowball matchup, to just go back to lane.
Hey, my name is Vulcan and I'm the support for Teamcheckpoint. Alright, so here are my tips to climb the ladder as support. So for solo queue, there are basically 3 different playstyles to be able to climb. So first, there's playing playmaking supports such as Thresh, Blitz, Alistar, etc. With them, you want to be making all the plays by roaming around the map, but you're gonna make sure that you're careful with your aggression. The second one is becoming an e-girl and playing peeling champions like Janna, Soraka. Carry by saving your teammates, but you gotta understand that you can't save your allies from themselves. And the last way is to play carry supports like Zyra, Vel'Koz, Bran, or whatever. I personally wouldn't recommend it, but I've seen a lot of people climbing with it, so I thought I'd put it in this list. Alright, after that, you want to be able to adapt your wording depending on the state of the game. You don't want to be wording the same way when you're behind and when you're ahead. And you're going to make sure you word your objectives, like blue buff, drag, baron, or whatever.
Zagnox, the AD carry for Teamcheckpoint, and some tips to climb the elo ladder as AD carry is making sure you're playing the good strong AD carry. There's usually top 3 AD carries in certain meta. Right now it's about Jhin, Ezreal, and Lucian. Also Twitch is pretty good right now. Making sure that when you go for trades, you realize that you're not getting bombarded by minions and that your support is near you, because sometimes support goes to roam. You got to make sure that you're not doing anything silly when your support isn't with you. Making sure you're safe when your support is roaming, and making sure that you know when you're strong, like when the enemy backs, look at their items and see what power spikes they have compared to you, and making sure you take advantage of if you have your power spike.